So let's get to what we want to talk about, and that is training camp. Of course, we're into basically week 2. We started in the pads on Wednesday. That was our first day allowed to be in the pads, so this was our third day today. And then we do have some news about the team, and then another saucy interview I told you about, and it wasn't Derek Carr. First thing I want to talk about is the injury list. Of course, the PUP list, I want to keep you updated on that. That has not changed since last week. The same players are on there. I am hoping, again, that has to happen by August 23rd. If they're not off the PUP list by August 23rd, they will miss the first 4 games of the regular season per the rules. So at least the top 3 guys I know will make the 53-man roster, and they're bringing in other guys for backups to see what they got and how they want to round it out. That's what I'm hoping for. As far as the non-football injury list, Vernon Butler, the guy we got from the Buffalo Bills, he was cleared, his physical cleared, and he is off the list. So that's good news, especially since the other 2 defensive tackles are still on the PUP list. But we have some bad news here. Heard about this today. Kyler Fackrell, our outside linebacker / 3-4 type pass rusher, is on the IR. Undisclosed injury. They won't talk about it, but he is out as far as we go. He's on injured reserve. I guess he could play for somebody else later on in the season, but not the Raiders. All that process, but basically he's on IR. We don't have him anymore, so we could be looking at another outside linebacker type pass rusher in free agency as well. And the last guy I want to talk about is this guy right here. I had a lot of hopes for this guy, Zamir White, 4th round pick, between the tackles, runner. This guy has not practiced a day yet. They're not talking about what the injury is. They did sign Austin Walter, backup running back. I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't know if this guy's going to end up going on a PUP at some point or IR. I'm hoping he gets back because we really need him alongside Josh Jacobs for that good 1-2 punch, especially between the tackles. Now, as far as interviews go, last week we talked about Derek Carr and kind of that little spicy interview he had last week. Not really talking to the media this week, but we did get some good sound bites from the head coach, Josh McDaniels, including some on the field. If you have not heard, we'll go over that as well. I'll let you listen to that as well. So let's get into what he said this week. Now, they're asking about, okay, you got the pads on, what's going on? This was from yesterday, and he's saying, yeah, the pads are on now. The guys are kind of acclimating to that. They're a little slower. It's still hot out and all that. There's a little bit of regression, it seems like, the way he was talking as far as the team making mistakes. And he gets to that. He'll get to that in a minute. I'll talk about that. But a bunch of little kind of minor, stupid kind of errors and mistakes, like false starts, fumbling the ball. There were a couple turnovers in camp he talked about. They need to clean that up, and he's feeling that it's a good thing we're at this point of the game because we don't have like an actual game that we have to prep for. We can go back and work on those fundamentals. He did talk about Josh Jacobs. Remember, Josh Jacobs didn't really do much. He did show up to that to the mandatory minicamp, didn't show up to OTAs. He did show up to the minicamp, but he did not really participate. Undisclosed injury. He was rehabbing, and now he's out there getting a lot of snaps and what I say catching up to the new system, which is a good thing. I was hoping he wouldn't hold out. There was kind of words about that. And he talked about learning not to lose. And this ties into making these mistakes, getting back to the foundational efforts of football. And this, to me, this is very important because if you've been a Raider fan for any significant amount of time, you've seen that a lot of times the Raiders shoot themselves in the foot. Penalties, turnovers, they got to clean that up. He basically said if you want to win, you have to first learn not to lose, and that's what he was talking about. He was really praising 2 guys in particular that I kind of caught my ear on. That was Denzel Perryman and Lester Cotton, who I think will probably be the starting right guard with us right next to Leatherwood on that right side of the ball. Now let's get with Denzel Perryman. He said he's kind of very vocal. He's a veteran and he's a leader. He lets you know things. And you know what? We need that kind of a guy, especially on this team. Arguably one of the best inside linebackers in the game. He had an outstanding season last year. Had some injury issues before that with the Chargers, and then with Carolina, we got him for a song. That was an absolute steal of a trade, to be honest with you. I haven't heard anything about extending him. This is going to be his last season. He's probably going to go elsewhere, to be honest with you. But he's a good leader, solid veteran at this point. And frankly, I like that guy. I liked him when he first started out with the Chargers, the way he played. Good hard hitter inside, good against the run. And then Lester Cotton, of course. A lot of praise. We heard this last week. We're hearing it again. It seems like they're seeing a different type of Lester Cotton here. And this feels good because we don't have Denzel Good anymore. So this goes right along in line with. And then the last one, if you haven't heard, they were doing some drills. I'm going to show it to you in a second. They were doing actual scramble drills on the offense. I'm going to let you watch the videos. I'm going to give you my take on that right now. Let me pull that up for you guys. Here we go. So that's Josh McDaniels giving a tongue lashing to Malcolm Kuntz. Basically, they're doing a scramble drill where they're basically allowing the edge guys to come up, and this is more for Carr and the receivers, to be honest with you. So he was telling Carr, scramble right, and the guy came up and he said, okay, now scramble left. Now with Kuntz, I mean, they wear red jerseys for a reason. He can come up, but he has to kind of back off. He actually made contact with him. He should have ran like by him off to the side, to the left side, and then let him scramble out. This was all part of the drill, of course, red jersey, but I think more so he messed up the drill, and that's where he got pissed off. So this is a little wider angle view of what happened. So I'll let you watch this. Come right, left, see? See? Yeah, so basically he was supposed to run by him, he kind of ran into him. He got right in his route. This is the kind of things that are going to piss off Josh McDaniels. He's trying to run this offense. Of course, he's the offensive guy. We got Patrick Graham for the defense. He ran the offense in New England. And, you know, frankly, you know, he's gonna get pissed off, and I understand that. So I want to know what you guys think about that. He's our starting quarterback. He should not be touched. They should be going out of their way to get out of his way anyway, but he also screwed up the drill.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.